Hellos, welcomes everyone, AnthWolf here bringing you a new Let's Play of Star Wars The Old Republic, developed by Bioware and published by Electronic Arts and LucasArts together. This is an online game, an MMO, and I have originally done a series of this back in January 2015 playing as a Jedi Guardian, but because I've left it for so long, I thought I'd start afresh, start a new class, and actually play on the opposite side. We're actually going to be playing as you probably can guess, a bounty hunter within the Sith Empire. Basically seeing the other side of the coin from my original series and exploring the storyline of the bounty hunter class itself. So what I briefly want to do in this first video is give you an introduction not only to what I plan to do in the series, but also just a brief introduction to the bounty hunter class itself, so you kind of know our place in the Empire and what we may expect. Similar to my original series, we will be focusing primarily on the story missions we gain as our bounty hunter. I am familiar with the first act, and after that it's all new for me. So yeah, that'll be quite interesting, I'm thinking, because I quite liked the bounty hunter class when I originally played back in the day. With that in mind though, even though we're looking at the story missions in particular, we will be doing most of the missions we probably encounter on the various worlds we visit, as we're trying to bring in these bounties. And with the expansion upcoming in October 2015, I think there is a whole new act coming out, a whole new series of chapters that expand from the Great Galactic War which we find ourselves in, actually in this game. If you're looking for a place and time, this game is set approximately 300 years after the RPGs of the Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, and it is also set about, I can't recall if it's 2000 or 20,000 years prior to the actual original 6 movies by George Lucas. That's a big step, but unfortunately for the Sith Empire, the Republic stands all the way through that time, through various ways and means. So yeah, so what I've said with obviously Act 1 I'm familiar with, and we'll be able to get through that quite quickly. But I would appreciate if people could avoid spoiling the rest of the storyline for me, because I'll be new and I want my experiences, my reactions to be as genuine as possible, because that'll be interesting. If I get stabbed in the back by some Sith Lord, then I don't want to know if that's going to occur. You're a smart bunch, you understand as well as I do. And obviously no one knows what this new expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire, is going to be about, apart from what has been put up on the official website there. I do know it's broken down into various chapters, so many, I think 8 of them are being released on launch, and there's more to follow. And I'm quite curious, because that is going to raise the level cap, and apparently creating a new character you can boost one immediately to level 60. I'm hoping we're not going to do that, and that we'll be able to take this bounty hunter all the way up from level 1 all the way up to level 65, and basically experience the game all for what it is. I say I've dedicated some time to this, so hopefully our bounty hunter won't be able to gather dust, and we can go from there. So yeah, I'll quickly go into a brief synopsis of, I think that's the right term, of the bounty hunter here in the lore, and then we can actually get started on character creation. So yeah, let us begin. The storyline for the bounty hunter goes: countless enemies stand in the way of the Sith Empire's drive for domination. The Empire spares no expense eliminating these threats, offering massive bounties to employ the galaxy's most lethal hunters. Earning a death mark from the Empire means a life spent in fear, constantly looking over one's shoulder. It's never a question of if a bounty hunter will find you, only when. Both infamous and anonymous at the same time, bounty hunters are far more than mercenaries for hire. the heirs to a professional legacy, an ancient brotherhood with a glorious history. Tracking elusive targets across multiple star systems requires expertise, especially when the targets can be prominent, powerful, and often prepared for confrontation. Thrill seekers from all walks of life set out to become bounty hunters, but only the most hard-boiled survive in this competitive and deadly business. The bounty hunter's path lies along the edge. The stakes are always high, and the path only leads two places: to a life of infamous glory, or a quick and painful death. Within the Sith Empire, the Empire itself disapproves of the bounty hunter's fierce independence, and only exceptions are made for those who get results. Few individuals in the galaxy have the gall and the stomach to deliver on the delicate and grim tasks in which the bounty hunters excel. Nonetheless, no one is irreplaceable in the Empire, and even the most proficient must repeatedly prove their worth. In the bounty business, one's name is everything, and with each mark a bounty hunter takes down, his reputation grows, as does his price. Within the Bounty Hunters Guild itself, the bounty hunters are far from a homogeneous lot. They come from all races and affiliations, and each pursues his quarry in his own unique way. Some bounty hunters adhere to the rugged Mandalorian code of honor, while others only answer to their moral compass. Some work only on behalf of organizations they agree with, while others have no sense of loyalty. Despite being kindred spirits, fellow bounty hunters cannot always be trusted. Among the profession's most notorious members, competition turns colleagues into the most ruthless of enemies. Even the bounty hunters' employers harbour hidden agendas. The tables are turned quickly when complications arise. And they always do. Shifting allegiances, unbeatable odds, and deadly showdowns are common occurrences in the life of a bounty hunter. So yeah, after reading all that, you can probably guess playing as a bounty hunter within the Sith Empire is, well, it kind of puts you in a very unstable position. Not only do the Sith and Imperial intelligence not like us, for various reasons, mostly because we're not under their thumb, but fellow bounty hunters might be working for organizations that maybe want to keep the bounties we are going for alive, for various reasons. Or maybe they just want to get to them first, and it could be a race and competition could ensue. So yeah, that's what makes it interesting, to be perfectly honest. Bounty hunters wear heavy armour. One of their primary stats is aim, and of course, similar to my original campaign, I will be using some adaptive armour which I can basically equip and level and use as we level up, rather than finding new armour on the fly or purchasing it from the Galactic Trade Network, which is basically their version of the auction house or marketplace from various other MMOs. My armour will be the revered Huntsman armour, and if we're going to be lore friendly, I suppose I was going to say something like maybe it was a family heirloom passed down, and that's why we would, once we're able to wear it and equip it up correctly, of course, and that's why we don't really want to get rid of it. As I say, down the line, as we're leveling up much further on, maybe level 40, level 50 plus, we may want to switch it out then, but for the first at least half of the game, this one set of armour will last me all the way through, and I'll just be varying out the different components that make up the various stats inside it. In addition, we also use a blaster pistol. I'm most likely be going down the advanced class of the power tech, which is the more tanking variant of the bounty hunter, and therefore we're only going to be using a singular blaster pistol all the way through the game, whereas the opposite advanced class, the mercenary, uses twin blaster pistols and has various different trees it can go down, from DPS to healing, whereas healing isn't accessible as a power tech. So yeah, from here, I think we'll go into character creation and get ourselves through the main intro, set the scene of where we are and what we're up to, and yeah, we'll get into actually some gameplay. So I'll see you in just a moment and we'll actually get logged into the game. And welcome's back, everyone. So we'll get our character created and go through a couple of final notes I forgot to mention while we were introducing our situation and introducing the series. I say let us join the Sith Empire, choose our class, which I said was going to be Bounty Hunter. Yep, that's absolutely fine. We will be playing as a cyborg. I was tempted to go human or one of the more interesting races, perhaps a different race, maybe Cathar here, the feline race, but I thought cyborg in the end, and we're playing male.
Involved, I'm interested.
And the voice actor for the male bounty hunter is a guy called Tom Spackman, I believe. I don't know what he's really been in, like personally, but yeah, you may want to know that, you may not. Obviously, it's not, unfortunately, David Hayter, who was the Jedi Knight male voice actor, but hey ho. So now I have a setup already that I'm happy with, so I just need to run off the list here. Our complexion is 9. Eye color. Cybernetics is 59. Yep. Hair colour is 11. And last but not least, our skin tone, our skin colour. There you go. Here is our male bounty hunter who will be playing us through this entire game. And his name, of course, his legacy name is Omegon. His first name will be Valakar. I thought, why not? I've been reading a Warhammer 40k book called The Talons of Horus right now, and that name stood out to me when I was looking at the characters involved. So yeah, as a couple of final notes before we actually get into the storyline, I will be trying to record this at... sorry, it's changing my page. I will be trying to record this at 60 frames per second. My original series was recorded in 30, but since I have got my desktop upgraded, I thought I would give 60 a try. Unless it gets very busy, the servers get overpopulated, or we're in an area where maybe not very well optimized, we should be able to run it quite fine, but we shall see. If the game starts lagging for some reason, I may drop it down to 30 and lock it that way. But we'll give this a try and see how it goes at first. As a final note, we are playing on the EU server Red Eclipse. As I mentioned, I normally will be recording in the mornings and afternoons on my days off. I'll try to get a few videos done per session. So if you see me in game, feel free to send me a wisp, send me a wave if you so choose and you're playing Star Wars The Old Republic yourself. It's most best to whisper me because I will probably be turning off normal chat, just so we avoid some, well, the random conversations that occur, especially in some, like, on some of the planets. Drummond Cass is a particular one. I think it gets equated to Baron's chat in World of Warcraft, which I don't know, but if Baron's chat is anything like Drummond Cass chat on that world, I imagine it's pretty bad. So, there is of course the Bounty Hunter introduction. I will be removing the audio because it's the John Williams theme, which unfortunately is copyrighted. I'll probably be putting something in its place. And then we'll get through the introductory cutscene for the Bounty Hunter. So I'm gonna shush while the rolling screen is in play, and I'll see you in a few moments. Let us begin.
almost set up. See if you can't get that security network running, Mako.
Sure thing, Braden. We'll be... hey now.
Indeed. The main attraction has arrived. Team, this is the man we're pinning all our hopes on. Best shot I've ever seen and nerves of steel. He's great hunt material, all right. What do you say, Hunter? Ready to meet your team?
My team. I like the sound of that.
Get used to the idea. To win the great hunt, you'll need support, structure, and intel. Let's do things official-like. This is Mako, a little genius I picked up years ago in Nar Shaddaa. She provides intel and tech.
Hope you're as good as the old man says.
And the big bruiser is Jory. He handles the heavy lifting and provides security for our base of operations.
Atungi ma chechu, I kutzig nang kihe.
Cute girls and big guns. I'm sold.
All right, enough introductions. Down to business. We're here because the Great Hunt has been called. Little Mako is the most rabid fan of hunter history this side of Geonosis, and even she doesn't know exactly what the Great Hunt entails.
I do know the names of every great hunt winner, though. Bloodworthy, the Defenestrator, Jewel and Nightbringer.
Every bounty hunter who's won a great hunt went on to massive glory and riches. Which is why we're here.
What's our first move?
Here's what I know so far. The Great Hunt has two groups, the Mandalorian Elite and freelance bounty hunters sponsored by influential crime lords. There's no time to make you a Mandalorian. That means you need a sponsor.
Nemro the Hutt runs this stinking little town. I've got just enough pull with that gangster to get you an introduction. Mako, scan for every bounty in the area. I want the nastiest, most brutal, untouchable scum you can find.
I'm on it, Braden. One nasty character coming up.
We need to get you situated as a big-time hunter, at least as far as the locals know. Then we contact Nemro. Mako will plant rumors about your off-world exploits. But you have to take down someone impressive and local to sell the reputation.
You find a target, and I'll take it down hard.
How's that scan coming, Mako?
Found something. Check this out. Vex Corellian. Champion quick-draw artist, wanted for robbing 15 Imperial military pay stations.
Togawata kiko uba kiriwata buki donko.
Perfect. This Vex is either a madman or a glory hound, and he's obviously dangerous.
Says here, Vex has a safe house in the bad part of town, right in the heart of the madness. That'll be fun.
Nemro the Hutt's enemy took over part of this town. It's dangerous poking around in there, but it's your best shot. Raid Vex's safe house and look for something that might help us track him down, but be ready for anything.
Excuse me, but I have a safe house to shoot up.
Be safe out there.
And welcome everyone. So yes, if you read the scrolling text or got anything from Braden here, Braden is an aging bounty hunter, and this is his team he set up: Mako, a tech expert, and Jory, of course, who does all the heavy lifting, and we are the young aspirant hoping to get promoted to join the Great Hunt. An honourable tournament, I think, where bounty hunters face off to win glory and riches, which I kinda want. So, oh, it looks like we've actually sorted out our interface already. That's one thing I was going to do. Very good. As I say, we'll step outside. Our characters, our companions here, our team has nothing else for us to say. But, as I say, once we leave here, we won't be able to return. We have been given a mission, the Gauntlet, to search for information on Vex. As Braden said, we must go to Vex's safe house and find out where he may be. He might actually be in the safe house, but I rather doubt it. And yeah, there we go, we can't get back in now. When I come back though, I'll end this video here, this introductory video. I will have sorted out all of my controls because strafe isn't where I wanted to be and all that jazz. And this, we have obviously 105 people currently on Hutta. It's kind of the beginning of the evening here as I'm recording, so I'll probably leave it until tomorrow morning when I'm off. And Hutta might be a little bit more quiet for when we run around. And we have 16 new messages or unread messages in our mailbox. That number will have jumped up drastically when we return in part 2, because as I say, right now we're wearing basic weapons and armor. Oh, it's an interesting sound. I will be sending myself items in the mail from my other characters on this server, as well as my adaptable armor I'll be wearing about level 10, level 11. Another thing we notice, oh hello, welcome to the outfit designer. I really should turn off these tutorials. That's another thing I'll turn off actually. You'll notice this golden bar. We are currently earning 12 times experience from class missions. I think I mentioned that earlier on, and if not, our main missions are obviously our class ones like Gauntlet here. And it's currently earning us almost 10,000 experience points, which we only need 535 to gain level 2. So you can guess how quick we're actually going to be leveling up. Side missions on the same planet don't count, but all in all they give us a nice buffer, and I'm hoping to be maybe level 13, level 15 by the time we leave Hutta, which would be a respectable level. So yeah, I will see you all next time. Feel free to comment below if you so desire, let me know what you think. But I am really looking forward to this series and seeing where we go, how far we can get with Valakar Omegon. So, I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye bye now.